looking good. Man, this encoding is taking forever. Look at this. Look at it. I don't know how well you can see it. Look at that. 2 hours and 49 minutes. 4K footage is ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I can't even stretch it. Oh, maybe I can stretch it. Look at this. Look at it. This is what 4K has done to me. This is my life now. I just look at this progress bar. Welcome to the stream, where we stream my encoding progress bar. Hey Battlesays, hey Game Dev, hi Wider Boss. Yeah, get used to it, man. I think I'm gonna be here a lot. Hey Jam, hey Rathgar99, hey Borrow Super Gamers Games, Went Away, Elliot Queen, Sam Nystrom? I'm gonna go with Nystrom. Am I aware that the GameMaker 20th anniversary game jam is going? Oh man, I'm so behind. I'm behind on all the cool news. It's I'm looking forward to next year. I want to be much more on the ball next year with everything. Take part in some jams. I mean, I've done Little Diaries and stuff, I guess, but like, just everything's just been a mess this year. Well, with my moving house and everything. It's been a wild year. So no, I wasn't. Well, I was vaguely aware. I think in the back of my head I knew something was going on, but I didn't have a chance to really look at it or cover it in any meaningful way. Let's put this back to being. There we go. How can you check a same named boolean in various objects if they are false? So you have a boolean called like my boolean, which is false somewhere, and this is presumably in another object called oPlayer, for example, and you're not in oPlayer. What you can do is be like if my boolean, or that. Better still, you could have whatever the instance ID is there rather than the object name, which you might need if you've got multiple instances. No Twitch, no, I'm moving away from Twitch. I don't know whether to do it immediately or do some more Twitch streams until I get a bit more revenue and so I can cash out my last check from Twitch. But eventually I'm going to drop affiliateship with Twitch and we will go back to streaming on both. Because when you're not an affiliate, you're allowed to stream to both simultaneously. Because Twitch don't own your content for 24 hours. So I haven't really had time to think about how I'm structuring that as a plan yet. I haven't had time to really think about or do much of anything other than try and get this ARPG thing done, which has been slowed down by this thing. I promised Yo-Yo Games I would do a tutorial for them a long time ago, which they took a while to get back to me with the assets for it, but now they have, and I'd kind of forgotten about it, and now I need to actually get it done for them. So that's taken up a few days this week, and it's been encoding all day, and now I wanted to wait until it finished before I started the stream, but like it just, the time remaining just kept going up. So I'm leaving it going and we're just streaming anyway, but it seems like my computer is handling it okay, so we're alright. Yeah, it's been going for almost 3 hours, and apparently has 1 hour 15 more to go. 4K, man, is it's more than double. Like I wouldn't have been surprised if it doubled the length of time my videos took to encode and re-encode, but it feels like it's like tripled, quadrupled. Like it's gone crazy long. Made more of a difference than I expected it to, but I suppose that's because it isn't. You know, it's not double 1080p in pixels, is it? It's like 4 of them, right? So I guess that does make sense. What am I working on this session? We're trying to finish off the ARPG. We've got like a handful of things left to do. Ignore this stuff at the top, that's to do with my stuff for Yo-Yo. We've got this stuff. I need to change some position things with where the arrows and death animations work. Just little tweaks and positions and stuff. We're going to get these Bible items. That's what I've got up here. The things that you can buy from the shop. We need to make it so inventory items can like, so when you select an item that you equip, make it so you can't equip one that you haven't bought or, you know, unlocked yet, you know what I mean? I was originally going to do like a little inventory screen where you select one. I might still do that on the pause screen, I don't know. I might just leave it so you just cycle through them with a button, or at least for now, and then we can maybe come back with a bonus episode and do the inventory stuff, because this needs to get out the door now. Needs to get out. Yeah, Mr. H, for some reason I always thought of it as double, but that's just not how it works at all. So yeah, I guess that makes sense that everything takes literally 4 times longer to encode and re-encode. That's how it be. That's how it be. Probably not even worth it. You know, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do 4K and everything. That'll be. Oh look, yeah, that's, you know, I'll be right on the bleeding edge. Why? should just make 1080p videos, man. They're fine. They're fine. Until I get a hardware upgrade, anyway. At least. Which I don't know, I guess my computer's still good, you know? It feels like it's hard to really... I mean, I bought my CPU a long time ago, but it feels like it's kind of hard to really get a lot better without, you know, investing in a lot of cooling and stuff. It's already overclocked to like 3 point something gigahertz. Like, how much faster can you get? I don't know. I'm out of date with computer stuff though. Maybe I could really speed that up a lot. Biggest upgrade I've done in years was just getting more RAM. Where was I? Sorry, I go off on tangents a lot. When you do game pause, the quest giver is in the game, but just has a little bit of branching dialogue at the moment. It doesn't actually like have any quest flags or anything like that, you know, so we need to track that in terms of you get the hat and you bring it back. And I need to think about how that's going to work, because originally you were carrying the hat, like it was an item that you lift up, but you also need to be able to hook shot across the pits. So I guess I'm just going to make it so you can hook shot while you're carrying something? I don't know. We'll see. Or just give you an alternate way out of the cave. And then it's save and quit and like a save slot screen, which I think we're going to do last. You know, because then we know everything that we want to save, etc. You know, we don't have to keep coming back and tweaking it. Anyway, this was just demonstrating some stuff for someone who asked the question. What I'm doing here, this is a shop item, so it represents an individual entity that's like a bomb or a bow or a hookshot that you can buy. And I want to make it so that when you walk up to it, it shows... I was going to say, I want to make it so you walk up to it, it shows the price hovering above it. But I don't think that's actually what I want. I'm going to keep this code here. But yeah, I think I'm going to do it with like a button to purchase or something. and we'll just show the price at all times. Like, why would I make it so you have to walk up to a thing to see its price? Let me just show it to you all the time. Let's do a linear approach. Should be fine, and it can be fairly quick. It's gonna fill up in like 0.05 a frame, 60, you know. So 20. So like a third of a second. That's what I should take. You hookshot the item across towards you. Ah, that's interesting. That's a good idea actually. Super Gamers Games might do that. Do it that way. Although you still, well, you hookshot over several pits, so it's like you still got to get out. Unless we just give you the item as like a you're holding it kind of thing and show it on the UI as like a here is your currently held key item, rather than being like a lifty uppy thing. I might do it that way, and then we could still do that where you hookshot the item. That could be quite cool. Sorry, I just got a little distracted reading the chat. If anything, there are some advantages to developing on a weak computer, because then you optimize for weaker computers better, I think, naturally. Anyway, that's all good. Ugh, copy you. Go to the create event. I think I'll just destroy these when you buy them. What fonts we got? I need to think what I'm doing with these fonts as well, because I can't just include Chevy Ray's fonts in the final thing, so I might have to find some different ones, or just that might be tricky. Which font? We also need to draw the gold symbol then, don't we? Go with the ammo font for now. suppose technically what I should do there is just draw a set. Right, so let's see how that looks. Oh, right, okay, I've just got cost. We'll change that to item cost, I think that's better. Oh, actually, that should be an emotion. Did I call it hook or hook shot? Hook. No. Do I think using delta time in your game is a mandatory thing? I've literally never done it, so evidently not. For me, the idea overcomplicates a lot of things, but it helps solve a few issues. I think it's overrated. Because like everyone's like, oh yeah, you need to make sure that when the frame rate drops, the game speed doesn't. I'm like, do you? Like, to me, I don't see that much difference between like a lower frame rate meaning the game moving a bit slower and a lower frame rate causing horrible jumpy skips. Like, they're both unpleasant experiences. I mean, I get it if you've got a game that's using delta timing for like a timer or something, and then you're fucked if your game is going slow. But then if you're doing one for that, why would you do it for the other? Let me show you what we have. We'll get to it. It's commonly asked. I don't blame you for being new here, but generally, like, you'll see me run the thing plenty of time, and it's kind of hard for me to just jump out of whatever I'm doing to just run the game, you know. So try not to ask that too much. Hello there, person. I don't know what any of those characters are, like how they're pronounced, but I see you. Hello. This is RPG stuff. Do I think there's value to grinding in the gameplay loop, or is there a way to cut that out of a modern RPG? Well, I mean, grinding is something you put in to your system. It's not something that like exists intrinsically that you have to work to cut out. It's something that you might have just added into your game. Grinding is almost careful about saying that, but it's very often an intentional design, not like an accident. I don't know why I'm running it. I think just after saying to that guy, like, I'll run it when I'm ready, I'm like, I've hit run and I've changed nothing. But I guess we're running it now. Oh, well, those texting should show, I guess. Yeah, I should see the cost of these things. Oh yeah, cool. And then I forgot to obviously draw themselves, so now we only draw the costs because I'm very smart. Well, it looks nice in that font though. I'll take that. I don't like that it looks nice in the font though, because that means this is going to make it more of a pain for me to decide what I want to do about the font, because the fonts don't belong to me, so I can't sell the source code on with other people's, with Chevy's fonts in them. I can ask him, but like I feel like he's unlikely to want to be like, yeah, sure, you can sell some of my fonts in a resource pack that other people can then use to do whatever they want with. Like if it was a game with the fonts in, yeah, I've paid for a license to do that. I've not paid him for a license to redistribute the fonts, so I don't think it will let me do that. I suppose there's no harm in asking, but I need to work out something that I'm going to do about the fonts. I could always make my own, but I don't know how to make a font. Okay, right. So let's get these folks to actually draw themselves again. Do a licensing deal. What do you think that would look like, J.J. Adams? And what? You were suggesting that like I would give some proceeds to the font creator or something like that. There's an idea behind grinding to make the game accessible for everyone. It very much depends. Grinding could be a design of your game. Like take an MMO or something like that, you know? Or, I mean, yes, on the one hand you can say, you can look at it cynically as like, oh yeah, grinding is put in as a way to make you just consume as much of your time as possible and therefore pay subscription fees and so on. But also, like, with RPGs especially, it's there to simulate in the simplest way possible the illusion of hard work and growth, you know? You take that out of games that have it in by intentional design, you press a button to just skip to max level or whatever, suddenly the game doesn't feel as fulfilling, even though you could argue that grinding is pointless or whatever. It turns out that it's actually not, you know? It's kind of what you were actually there for sometimes. It's not a universally bad thing, and it's deeply misunderstood in lots of ways. X amount of money per sale goes to Chevy, and then you have a separate license for the use of fonts to match them. Right. I'll talk to him about it then. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm bad at that kind of thing, and I get scared of anything that involves setting up a deal because I don't know anything about the legal side of that kind of stuff, or how to arrange contracts and that kind of thing, so I always shy away from it, but I'm sure he's probably, I don't know, he seems like a nice guy who'd be willing to help me out with something like that. I'll talk to him about it. Because I'd be certainly open to doing something like that. It'd be cool if we could find a way to make it work. I think that would make you very much the minority of Skyrim players and Super Games games. Actually, I say that with very little basis, but my general anecdotal experience of people who play games like that, Skyrim for example, totally ignore the main quest line, making many people question why it has one. But then it's like, it's the difference between people who like Fallout 3 and the people who don't like it, you know? It's like, built in different ways. Yeah. That's the thing, it's just, I think that's the thing that gets me with it, Juju, is like, I don't know how to go about producing an exhaustive written agreement, you know? And it's like, well, go hire a lawyer. And it's like, well, that's a whole nother, like, how do I do that, you know? Have any clue on when tutorials will start coming? I really want to get at least one video out on this before Christmas. At the very least to my patrons. Everyone else I still haven't quite worked out exactly how I want to like structure or stagger the release of it. Yeah, like Queen, that's about the simplest way you can put it, I guess. All I've done is hit save like 18 times. What am I doing? Draw self, so that's all in there. I don't know that that's necessary at all. I don't bring up a interact button with literally any other element in the game. I'll leave the code there for now, but only 3 items. I think what I can do is have them just create a dialogue when you interact with them, just the same way as the signpost does, right? How does that work again? So I take these big breaks between working on things and forget how any of my own systems actually work. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, yeah, right, that's because it's a shame that it does that. It, like, brings up entity only referenced once when they're being referenced because they're referencing an instance variable or something declared in the variables window. Will do. I've DM'd a few people about it and had about similar things before and had talked about it, and I've come away thinking, right, I know what to do, and then my own personal anxiety just stops me actually clicking any buttons and doing anything about it. But I will try again. What do I do? Don't think we've got time for that, Super Gamers games. It's fun to watch. At the moment. As fun as it can be, all things considered. All things considered. There's some joy derived from watching it at the moment. Some fun moments. Some laughter among the gallows. What am I looking for? When we activate... Right. That would need to make them entities. Is that okay? I think that's okay. That's okay. We can do that. Just make everything an entity. Everything. Parent. P. entity. Because why not? This will then need a... That's okay. Just want to look at you. Okay. Any defaults in here I need to turn off? Okay, and what is the one we give to a signpost then? Activate dialogue, sure. And then it has those arguments, right. And we can give it an argument 0 for the background, if I recall. Zero. We'll do this one as 1 so we get that like wooden one come up. Do I want? Well, we'll do it for now. And to deactivate arcs. How do I lay this out again? Right, no ending the quote. Greater than. Oops, wrong one. Wait. No space and then a space. Of course. Okay. Oh. I don't think that matters. I don't think there's anything important from an entity drawer I need to inherit. Always loved your videos. I think you are one of the best teachers I've ever been to watch. Thank you very much, Shallow White. I heard a ring on... What's Streamlabs tracking at the moment? I'm getting follows, but I don't know if they're from Twitch or from YouTube. It's really hard to tell how that works. I heard a twing, but I didn't actually see what event that was. Switch to Legacy event view. Maybe it's something's broken. Recent events. Oh yeah, that's on Twitch. No idea then. No idea. Thanks, whatever that noise was about. I can't get StreamHost to work with YouTube properly at the moment, but we'll get it. We'll get there in the end. Well, maybe not something you can discuss if you are in contract with GameMaker. What's your thoughts on Godot? I love both engines. I'm not under any obligation to praise GameMaker, definitely not. Only pro for GameMaker is my videos. I mean, I don't know because I've not... Everyone is constantly asking me what I think of Godot. I have to keep constantly saying I don't really know because I've never used Godot. Not had any time to play around with another engine that when I'm just currently got so much stuff, so many projects on the go with this one. I do want to give it a go. I like some of the things I've heard about it. From an outside perspective looking in on it, I say I haven't used it, but an outside perspective looking in on it, it looks like I don't think it provides anything that I need. The only selling point to me is that it's like free and open source, which is cool. But I already have a permanent license for this, and it gives me everything I want. The Godot hasn't come out with any particular exciting thing that I'm like, oh man, I need to jump ship from GameMaker for this thing. So I haven't. Right? I'm gonna have to do like a Sean's take on Godot video at some point because people are clamoring for it. But I don't have a take. I haven't used it. I don't know. Try to support Godot videos for me. I mean, hobbies. You got Ben doing Godot videos. He's got loads of cool stuff. I try and it doesn't feel that way sometimes with some of the recent things I've done, but I try and make sure I do make a conscious effort to fill gaps with my videos, you know, try and create stuff that isn't catered for or isn't catered for very well. So I tend to like when people ask for certain topics that other creators have done really good videos on, I tend to just, you know, point them to those videos. So, you know, if I ended up doing Godot videos, I'd probably ended up doing like beginner level stuff because that'd be the stuff I'd be learning right away, right? And I think, from what I can tell, Ben's got that pretty well covered. I haven't seen his videos, but I'm aware of them, and I'm aware he does good stuff, so I imagine they're pretty good. Okay, so I need to obviously change that. Also, I can't seem to activate them in any meaningful way. I don't know what the collision boxes are like. We might have to do... Let's just move them off here for now. Because it might be the right... No, that should be right. Might not be able to get close enough, I'm not sure. Well, what I should do... Huh, that's alright again. Well, okay, yeah, that should really be the line, but do full image. Going back to that object. Same as spray. Was it just a range thing? And then Heartbeast. I don't know Ben Tristan. I don't know if that's another guy doing tutorial stuff. Do I interact more with YouTube or Twitch? I want to show support for you. I want to do both simultaneously, but Twitch don't want that to happen, so it's gonna end up. Well, it's gonna end up being both. I'll get what I want in the end, but I need to drop my Twitch affiliate hood. I'm TOS bound currently to not stream to both simultaneously. So I'd been swapping between the two, which is just awkward and annoying. Oh, yeah, these aren't working. I wonder why. I don't think there's anything I need to inherit from here, is there? Let's just compare you alongside signposts, see if there's anything that's screwed up. Let's just make a new workspace. Get you and you. I mean, we could try making it solid, but I don't think that's going to help. That's just the background, I'm pretty sure. That shouldn't make a difference. We'll try turning that on, but I don't think that should matter. Oh, rip. That's just the alignment. Bling! What was the bling? Shiloh 1 is now following. But on Twitch. I think. Yeah, I think that's that. Yeah, that's fine. You can follow me on either. Eventually I'm gonna try and stream to both places at the same time. It's just I won't be able to accept bits and things like that on Twitch. So hey, if it's easier for you to come here, just come here. I'm not gonna be going anywhere. It's the TOS for anyone who's an affiliate, which I became an affiliate a while ago. With like you get subscriber emotes, bits and all that jazz. And you can run ads and things. But the part of the TOS for that is that Twitch have exclusivity to your footage for 24 hours. So once you've streamed, as you stream stuff, until 24 hours have passed, that footage kind of belongs to Twitch, and you can't then go and upload it to YouTube or whatever. You can obviously upload your VODs to YouTube after 24 hours, but you can't until then. Like, it's exclusive. Basically, you can't simultaneously live stream if you are an affiliate or a partner. I asked them if maybe there was, I don't know, because since all my audience is coming from YouTube, I'm like, it makes very little sense to apply this policy to me. It's just driving me away from Twitch, from using the things, from being an affiliate, but they didn't even acknowledge the question, so I guess I'm just gonna have to drop affiliateship. I've not done it right away because I think I've got like $70 in revenue or whatever on there at the moment, so I want to get like another 30 or whatever, cash it out, just so that Twitch don't get to keep my earnings, and then drop my affiliation. But in order to do that, I do then have to do some Twitch streams, so I will do some at some point. Oh, box of dice under my desk that I keep kicking. You can share the Twitch link. I'm not sure my chat allows links at the moment. I mean, I'm not there at the moment, I don't think. Unless I am cross-streaming, I don't think I am. Just to do a quick check, because I'm always a bit unsure. Just to make sure there's no win. No, good. Yeah, offline, good. But eventually I'll drop affiliateship, and then I can just go back to streaming in both places. Everybody's happy, and I can just be like, well, I recommend you come to YouTube if you want to do any I don't know, super chat stuff or whatever. To be fair, I don't really care much about that. Streaming is like an addendum to the work that I do, you know. if you want to do a one-time donation for the work that I do, first of all, thank you very much. Secondly, hit up my itch.io. It's like itch.io/SeanJS, and you can just buy one of my games or something. They're all like, the vast majority of them are pay what you want. You can buy the source code for various tutorials of mine and so on. That allows you to donate whatever you want for it as well, for the most part. Those actually have like a minimum price, so you could go and get yourself some source code, do what you want. Thank you, Borrow BM, for the Twitch follow. If you are here, it's always hard to tell with that stuff. I'm streaming in one place and getting follows in another. I think I should get notifications to subscribes on YouTube, but it doesn't seem to work at the moment. Okay. God, my progress is so slow when I'm streaming, but we're nearly at the end of this work anyway, so I figure I'll stream most of the final work on it. Okay, so the mistake I made here was that when it should have been that. Activate args1, make it left aligned. So that should hopefully not work. We'll turn that back off. We'll pop these back on here. I'm fairly convinced that'll work, so I'm going to go in and make a few more adjustments to this thing. All this hard-coded nonsense, man. Do I have a macro for that? I probably do, just so it looks less terrible. Where's the little eyes that walk around? I'm not using that overlay at the moment because setting it up with YouTube the way streaming currently works is a huge pain, and I need to find a better solution for it. And since I painted this wall green behind me, even though my hair is a bit too fluffy to really work well with a green screen, you may have noticed a weird green halo around me. I'm just making use of it, you know. So I'm just streaming like this for now. That stuff will see a comeback. So much of what I do at the moment is all in limbo or in a getting there state, but I promise next year some stuff will get sorted out. It'll all get there. It has to. It has to. Perfectly okay with that, yeah. Doesn't like, and if you do, link me a project. I want to check out. I like seeing the things people have made where I help them. One of the coolest moments of my having done all these tutorial stuff was when I got a shout out from Moppin, who did Downwell, saying like he'd used a bunch of my tutorials to get himself started. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Because it means in some small way, I influenced the code that came to create that game. Even if my influence was showing him how to do stuff and him deciding this is terrible, I'm not going to do it that way. Even if it was like that, in some way, I will have helped. And that's a cool thing to know. It's a cool thing to know. And that's like, it's like one of my favorite GameMaker games. It's one of my favorite games, really, but that list is so long that it's like, it's not much of a distinction. I have many controllers. I say I love seeing stuff. It doesn't mean I always have time to play stuff that people have made using my tutorials. I do like to do those streams now and again. It's been a long time since I have done one, but you need to get this ARPG done. Transfer. Seriously, you're the only reason. I mean, if you massively like the idea of using Godot, I don't let me stop you, you know? I'm sure there's still transferable skills you can learn from just watching different programming and so on. I get the feeling it's still faster to make stuff in GameMaker from what I know about it. Like, I think GameMaker is forever gonna have the throne. I don't know, as I say, I've not used GameMaker, Godot and stuff, but just from the little I've osmosed about it, I get the feeling GM is always gonna have the prototyping, game jam thing building throne just for how quickly you can get everything going. Not a lot, no, Elliot. Right, those are there, I did that, moved them, moved the prices, let's have a look. Probably Super Game those games, but you have to find your window. Like if you sent it now, I'd probably just end up ignoring it and forgetting about it. But if you catch one of my streams where I'm doing that kind of thing, probably take a look. Cool. That shouldn't be no response found, I don't think. No thanks should be. Purchase though. That should be this. If I set the other one to 0, that should be that, right? Oh, for some reason it's 9 and 10. Don't know if I swear I changed that, but whatever. It's always been its biggest strength, Denizen of Light. It's the biggest. It's the thing everyone can basically agree on about. It really is. How quick it is to do stuff. Cool. Oh, I didn't realize I had that echo down here as well. It's handy. I should pick up the window while I'm streaming. Forget how 4K is. A Morpiger. As opposed to a Morpiger. There are better people to ask about that kind of thing than me. I know it can certainly be done, and I know there are some people that kind of specialize in those areas. I'm not one of them. I know so little about network infrastructure that it would be misguided for me to try and give you a good impression without even like a disclaimed one. I've done tiny things, like I built like a thing that could receive chat and stuff like that. And I had someone on the GM Discord help me with a thing where like you could send commands from your phone to a server to control like a game of Tribal Tension. One of my games made far more money than it probably ever should have. Another Perspective still makes money. I mean, like kind of rarer these days that I get a payment through for that, because it's just I don't know, it's just a trickle of people buying it, and it takes a while for that to add up to $100 now. It's kind of seen all of its glory days, but every now and again when it goes on sale or whatever, I get quite a few from that. So if I do something like plus string hopefully, because that's above it, it gets declared in time for that to work. You probably can't even see what I did there, but whatever. What, the screen sharing? Oh, Wizardy, is he still about? I thought he like deleted his whole channel or whatever. Oh, cool. Yeah, that works. That worked quite well. I thought for some reason I was pushing the limits on how instance variables work, but that seems okay. I should probably put the gold symbol after the text. Conventions, Sean, conventions. SUI. No, autocomplete's gonna help me. Scoin UI. Not calculate that like 8 times for no reason. I'm already calculating that every single frame, so what about it's not going to be in the right place, but it'll be kind of close. What's ugly? It means the UI, or? I mean, I agree generally. Like, would not dream of using Unity for 2D stuff. Oh, oops. Ba-da-ba. Oh, mid-UI finished. Error, are you kidding me? What went wrong? Hang on. Did it just fail to do the mux part? Where's my log? What happened? Number of encoded frames does not match the source. Eh? What does it mean? This thing that I've been trying to do for like 3 hours. Why? Oh, thank you for the subscription. It does come up with subscription. John Kenneth Cube, thank you very much. Don't know if you're here. Don't know if you were just watching some of the video, but thank you. Ugh, I'm just gonna... Yeah, so I'm making... Spoiler alert, doing like a platformer thing for Yo-Yo. Let me see if I can just mix that together from what's there. There's a H2, there's a 264 vid. It said something already exists, do you want to overwrite it? I hit no and then it started doing stuff. What? I don't know what I'd... Edge UI, why are you doing this today? Hi Jeff Minabel. I just need to see what's going on with this video. I think it died somewhere in the encoding process. But I told Russ I would have him the video today. Sorry, just waiting for this thing. Maybe streaming GameMaker at the same time wasn't going to work out for this, but I can always try and do it overnight again. If this is bust. Might be alright though, I think that was the projected size. Just gonna turn my sound off for a second, my desktop audio sound. So you'll still hear my mic, I think. But you'll be able to hear the music. I just want to listen to some of this video and see if this worked or not. got no sound anyway because I haven't done the audio mixing. Yeah, that's fine. I can leave that on. He says as the radio stops anyway for some reason. This looks okay. Maybe it's just like a warning. Oh no, I can see it's not. No, it's like 22 minutes long when it should be like 30. Yeah, it's not worked. But maybe I can like only encode the latter half of it or something later. God damn it. Hours spent waiting on that. I hate encoding things. Sorry, Ross. Gonna have to wait. Now computer's struggling. Skipped frames detected. No, I muted desktop audio and it like killed the desktop, killed my actual killed the thing that was playing the audio that I was gonna mute anyway. There we go. No? No? We're gonna get there? You gonna play this alright? How is my computer struggling now I finished the encoding? When it was fine. When it was encoding. I'm gonna need to upgrade soon, aren't I? Oh. Do I need to restart streaming? I don't know what's going on. What's killing it? I would have thought MedUI and all that encoding stuff I was doing would screw it. But now that I've finished that, it's gone screwy. Which makes no sense. Just gonna close that a second. Alright, how are we doing? Still sitting at like 100%, 98% at best CPU for some reason. When it seemed like it was alright before. Unsure of, as they say, the crack. But it seems alright. I mean, it doesn't seem like we're struggling with anything particularly. Ooh. I think I need an upgrade, man. I think it's getting around that time. Let's just get back to this. Those are in the wrong place. That means the Right, I need to see where the gold icon is relative to the text. There. Okay, interesting. What is the origin on that? The top left, is it? Interesting. So it's like drawing it there? It's not quite what I expected for some reason. But fonts are really weird sometimes for their positions, so... Oh yeah, and this would obviously be like, need to be something like that, because it's centered. Jeff Miniball, didn't you already ask this? Someone did, I don't know. I just need to like +1, right? Or to just not do that. Hoping at least the first part will be up by Christmas. And then hopefully it'll quickly start flooding out in the new year. To patrons at least. How it's going to work for everyone else I'm not sure, but I think, you know, everyone's been waiting for content on YouTube for ages, so I'm going to probably at least get the first part out to everyone before Christmas. You have to watch my videos for school? Damn, for you. My condolences. Tier 3 patrons simply support you, even though I won't use the rewards. Thank you very much, man. It's very much appreciated. You're the reason I can make it in the first place, so you're helping more than just me, you're helping everybody else. And you can always hit me up on Discord if you're struggling with anything. I mean, I don't know how to use Godot or anything, but I can always do what I can. I'm gonna show you some of the code. Cool. I thought I was going to have that as the wood background. How did I change it so that it wouldn't? I like that idea because I look at it being like a sign in front of it or something like that. Oh yeah, 1. Or maybe 1 is it? No. Oh no, yeah, 0. Alright, it should be 0. I think I changed it to be different from the signpost, even though that does use the wood. I considered making a Discord, but I didn't like a server for people. But one, I always like, I don't want it to become a hub where people are like asking each other GameMaker questions, stuff like that. As cool as that would be, because a hub for that kind of already exists in r/GameMaker, and I'd like that community to just grow and thrive more. So I always sort of point people there. But I'm like, part of the top tier Patreon reward is, you know, you can come chat with me about stuff. I put aside a bit of time to do that with people. Yeah, I quite like that actually. I don't know if I want to do portraits or whatever for the dialogue. I think that's going to be a, well, if I do, bonus episode things. Need to get the basics in. Done and live for people. It's been too long. I mean, I mean, that's what it's for. Like, you know, I'm happy to support people, but it's like, I want to create another community for people helping one another out, so when one exists where they could go and it could be bigger, there's no point to divide that, you know? I'd rather just direct people to the place where people are already doing that quite well and effectively. What we have to learn for our tests are just what you do in your videos of gaming. Really? Crazy. Don't know how I feel about that. That's interesting. Glad it could help, Squid Sheep. Yeah, it's because I don't stream super well, I've streamed more regularly this year than probably I ever have, which isn't saying much, granted, because I never used to be a very regular streamer. But I've tried to do every Friday. It's not worked out, but I've done a lot of Fridays. And this obviously is Thursday, but I'll also be streaming tomorrow. With the goal being to stream at least once a week. Collision code from the player object. Sure, because I'm getting stuck with what I'm doing anyway. I normally would ignore requests like that, but I'm at a stare into space part of the process, so sure. The collision part. Which bit? There you go, you get the idea. Yeah, there's the horizontal, vertical's the same. God, this is going to be a nightmare for a tutorial actually, isn't it? But whatever. We'll make it work. Man, is there a lot of delay on the stream? Because I said that ages ago. There probably is. Oh, it's on normal latency. Yeah, it probably takes me forever to get anything to you. I normally have that on low. But I can't change it without restarting the stream. Should put an interaction where if you bump into the shopkeeper he gets mad at you. It'd be a bonus. Anything that actually requires a little bit of code is just going to be bonus stuff now. Does it not? What is... I'm trying to think how the rope swing actually works. I can't imagine what about it wouldn't work with 1.x. Maths, I mean, maths doesn't change. You know, I don't know. Is it missing a function or something? I'm not sure. Rope swing's a recent one, isn't it? That should work. Oh no, wait, well, yeah, recent means it was in 2. You're asking about 1.x. But still, I can't imagine why it wouldn't work in 1.x. Anyway, you've had enough time to look at that code. Always rewind if you want. What am I doing? What am I doing? We got those things up there, right there. The interface for them to be viable is there. Now we just actually need to make them viable. I think that's the thing I was kind of putting off because I was still trying to think how unlocking items and stuff works. Because at the moment you just have everything. I don't know if I can, like... Let's go to the way the player cycles through items. Here. Oh no, that's if we active. No, yeah. Oh yeah, wrap doesn't quite work right, does it? Shouldn't even need a... I think I'm just gonna... How often do I use the wrap function in this? Oh, I say the wrap function, the wrap script. A few times. What was the problem with it again? It like... It wraps when equal to the maximum. Rather than when it's above it. Right, so it should be like 0 to 3, but I have to wrap it at 4. Yeah, that's weird. Why is my radio stopped again? I need my chill tunes. How do we expect me to work? See you, Charlo. No worries, man. Glad to have you here. Not wholly sure what you mean, but I don't know. To do it, I mean, it only became one of mine kind of recently because it makes it easier to just be like, let's go through my to-do list, Control F to do, you know, and search and replace and find them all. Right, I'm not going to worry about that for now anyway. Do I have a lot of those? Are they stacking up? Yeah. Yes, but we'll... It's okay. Clear them when we need to. Why does that happen? Huh. Alright, I kind of get how that works. Set us up to the minimum. There's no remainder. No, I'll have to have a think about that. Anyway, so at the moment I literally just add this and then wrap it. And what we can do is just a while, like while. No, we need to make sure we've got at least one item unlocked. That's the thing, I need to set up the values that track it though. Alright, let's wait on that a second. We just change a value called player equipped, don't we? Which tells us what item we have equipped. But what I need to do is make sure before we go to that slot that that item is unlocked. I don't think anything currently tracks that. Like if I go to the player, where is... somewhere where I set the ammo, or it might be in game. Yeah. Let's turn that to 0. Okay, I've got a value for it here. And they're all currently false. So that's proof that it's not doing anything anyway. Yeah, that's not referenced anywhere. And just see what this does to the bow a second. I think it should just show 0. Yeah, okay, cool. Has any items equal false, and then yeah, okay, that should make it work. When we draw the UI, No, we need like an unlock item script, really. No, what's the name of it? Player item unlock. That's what I was looking for. It didn't come up. Activate dialogue. Zero. Okay. Right, we need to make like an item description for each one. Equal ring, thank you for all the rings. I can't see a log of it, but thank you. Probably subscriptions. Item. Okay. We'll make it so more bombs and arrows can't spawn unless you've unlocked the item, making it kind of like Zelda. By just swapping them for a coin. That's the easiest way to do it if they're not unlocked. What? Why is this not player item unlocked? Is that what I've not been checking? It just doesn't seem to want to come up. It's definitely there though. And collect script arc. Okay. Right. I feel like I'm kind of building this backwards, but I don't feel like I have much choice. Just slightly unintuitive. Like I'm sealing the holes before building the chassis. Okay, so that's the items there. I need like a purchase item script. Actually, I'm not sure I do. I can just probably do it from the shop item. Oh wait, no. No, yeah, I do have to have a shop item. That's fine. Could do it as a user event, but that's dumb. Would be The item, the amount, the cost. Constantly, I really want to autocomplete this because it's hard to remember a long ass string like that, and I don't get why it's not showing up. I need to close and reopen the project. Well, no, because that thing's been there for ages, so I don't know. I want this. I want you. Also, I feel like that should be like... to be way clearer. No, technically there is a none, but whatever. Where was I now? Ah, I'm getting myself lost. And purchase item. I hope this script... Is this script going to be running in the object? I can't remember. The player's the one who ends up calling it in state 3. Script execute. Right row. Do we still have this? Do we still have access to that? Inside another script? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. Probably. Don't know if that's a good thing to teach or not, but we'll worry about that later, I guess. Because we've got to do like that. Because there's no way to get from activate dialogue all the way to this. No idea, man. If I knew that, I'd probably be better off. Yeah, I'm starting to feel more and more like that's not going to work, but we'll see. Is that it? Doesn't seem to like auto-completing my globals very well. Yeah. I've made these and I didn't even use them. Alright. I did this as two separate scripts because I was like, well, what if you unlock an item by finding it in the world? Kind of want to, yeah. Well, I suppose then I would still just call purchase item, but not. Yeah. That's a good point. Delete you. Do it all in purchase item. Because you can just do it at the cost of 0, couldn't you? I did it there anyway. Oh, we have origin instance. That's been passed through, has it? Interesting. Where do I get that? Don't understand what that would be. Oh, it's to do with when I make the text boxes? Wait, yeah, when I do activate dialogue in the first place, does that? No. How on earth does that? This doesn't pass it through, so how on earth does that know? Instance exists other. With instance create layer of text. So it'd always just be the player, wouldn't it? And the only way I use it is to create this thing. But I don't think that's creating it from... I don't think it's doing what I thought it was doing at the time. Instance exists other. It depends what called new text box, so whatever called new text box is going to be the other in this situation. And what called new text box is activate dialog. Or sometimes text responses. They'll all be from the same chain. And activate dialog is mostly done via the player talking to something, but it's done by the thing being spoken to. Don't know if it breaks everything if I change that. So I think a lot of other scripts might depend on it being called by the player, I'm not sure. Because here I do a with to change that, yeah. It might be possible that I can reach all the way back and get activate, but I'm not convinced it is. This is script local and we've gone to a different script. I'm going to try it this way, and I'm going to have to rethink it if it doesn't work. Okay, that's all right. Item, I need to go through all the scripts and add these in as well. Was it 3 slashes for these? I can't remember. Let's not come up either way. Item amount cost. Crap, how do I even send that? It's gonna be the same thing again. I don't think this is gonna work. But we will certainly try. It's what it's vaguely going to look like, so I'm just going to be changing activate to something else. Can't remember what I'm missing, so we're just going to go ahead and start trying it. Shouldn't matter that I don't have enough gold either, it'll just go into negative. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Right away. Activate not acceptable reading it. So what are my other activate ones, and do they break? Yeah, because I do with... It's like I need activate dialog to send the ID of the thing doing it. But it might be okay. Left row. Yeah, that relies on it being in the player. God dang it! What I'm gonna do? What am I gonna do? I don't want to go through and change all of them. I feel like I'm gonna have to if I want it to be clean. Reminute of my camera as opposed to an object-based one? Not sure what you mean. I use it to set up the basic size and everything of it, but I control its movement with an object. I could just make that non-local. That's the easy solution, isn't it? And just hang on to that. It's not a big deal to hang on to that information. Helps us, so. So I should just have to do that. And then what I can also do is I don't know, I'm going to keep that anyway. It was a fun thing to demonstrate, so I might leave it in. And then that gives everything that doesn't activate script, like any script I activate from the player has access to the thing that activated it. It's a good idea in general. Definitely, I think. Okay, so what script now? Text activates. So let's have a read. Okay. Oh, text is calling it. Oh, when we get into text responses, it is. Okay, that's interesting. That will be what origin. The origin object is right. Okay. Text responses. I think. No, I think that's still going to ask the player, isn't it? I'll just see what that does, just to confirm what I think about that. Yeah. Yeah, O player, yeah. So that doesn't have access to it because it's from O text now. How does O text get all the way back to that? Maybe you have to be origin access, origin instance dot activate dot thing, wouldn't it? That seems dumb though. Is there an easier way? Well, not an easier way, just a more intuitive way. Because it's not exactly hard, it's just looks silly. It's the thing, trying to make this for a tutorial, I don't want it to tie itself in too many knots. Sorry, I'm just really behind with the chat, but I'm not sure there was anything else. Okay. Right. Anyway, any quick way to get access to that ID? Player activates the thing, it calls activate dialog, finds the thing, runs its script. The player has access to it, so that's still in the script. Activate dialog. Do I need to pass it in through here? Maybe what I should do is with otext, wherever that is. When it calls text responses, do it with might work. See you, Shadow. I thought you were going already, but in a bit. Oh, I thought you went. Yeah, you went back to lurking, didn't you? Hi, Super Games, welcome back. Oh no, it doesn't work, does it? Because thirdly, that relies on this. Alright. Huh? Oh. I reckon I can explain that better than I can explain the other way I had of solving it, so I think that's the better way to do it. The reason it takes me so long to come up with some of these solutions is not just because minus 25 gold. Ooh. Cool. Yeah, the reason it takes me so long sometimes to maybe come up with some of these things is because it, why is that not showing in it? Oh yeah, okay, I know what it is. It's because, I have to do more than just come up with a solution, and more than just come up with a modular solution or whatever. I have to come up with a solution that is as intuitive as possible and can be explained clearly to people, because like in terms of the code, I have to be able to explain the code to people, which is a unique and difficult problem for lots of different things. It makes coming up with the right way to do something a lot harder. Excuse me. Sneezes always come in twos, man. It's not possible to only sneeze once. It never happens. So a thought occurred to me just now. Say you have a block of text fit onto a menu UI element, but it was too long and you needed to scroll down. Would that be a problem for surfaces or something else? There could be all manner of solutions. It really depends on the specifics of that. It could be that you just need to make the thing bigger. It could be that you want to paginate it, as it's called, where a separate page. Or it could be that you want to implement some sort of scroll bar. Presumably, from the way you worded the question, your design mandates a scroll bar for whatever it is. You could do it to a surface. That would probably work. You could draw it to like the text to a surface, and then just be showing part of that surface. And depending on where your scroll is, that would probably work. It was a decent solution. I feel like there's other solutions, but honestly, no, that probably sounds like the way I would do it. Yeah, do that. I just tend to jump straight in MRB, but I'm a unique fellow. At least pseudocode. Oh, it depends on, I don't know. I never really write pseudocode other than like in my head, you know? You know, I'd rather just write the code. So I can't really test pseudocode, you know? There's actual code I'm going to test. Okay, so in here, what we want to do is be like, we do the cost check in here. If We want that as 1, I think, don't we? No, that's that face everywhere. Take that out. Okay, why is that argument 0? Okay. Okay. In the UI, where we draw the items. Go. Cool. And we make some money, and hopefully we shouldn't see any like bombs or anything show up. Yeah, we've implemented a grind in this game. Gotta go grind some money. Cool, I can afford bombs. It's like the beginning of Ocarina of Time. It's like the only time you really have to grind money in Ocarina of Time, just like that first thing. It's a good place for it. Okay, I need a /n there. And another one here. But now I've got all items. I think I have anyway, haven't I? Right, so now I just need to actually make sure you can only item, which was the thing I was trying to do at the beginning, but I had to like work back and do all this stuff before it made sense to actually implement that. So yeah, obviously it's still got the hook shot right from the get-go here, but you can go through walls there, which looks a bit weird. It will bounce off these eventually, but in some places it will still look weird, and we just have to live with that. So, with the player, free state down here. Global player has any items. That one shows up. No semicolon. Why does that not show up? I know it's got that in its name. You there, sir. Why do you not appear? Player item unlocked. Where even was I? Where? It was in the player, wasn't it? No. It was in the free state. Player. That's mad. Wait, I need to cycle it once first, right? And then if it's not, keep going. Probably a better way to write that, but that's what I can think of right now. It's decent enough, makes enough sense to me. Don't like repeating anything, but that works. And we know at least something is unlocked. Just to be safe. Patrol do nothing now, it's good. Get some money. The new YouTube settings, which ones? Like the made for children thing? As far as I can tell, it's like... I haven't read all of it yet, I haven't had time. But as far as I could tell, if your stuff is made for children, it like has less features and stuff on YouTube. But also like better advertisement or something, I don't know. So I think I just defaulted to saying my stuff is not made specifically for kids, but it also doesn't have mature content in it, which I think is the best of both worlds. Because I don't target this at kids. Really. Not really young kids. Not really sure what it means. Now you could argue kids might look for and watch my stuff, but you could argue that about basically anything. I don't know, it's a weird one. Sorry, what's this? Oh, what Sudoku? So my completed games, go to, if you look, just Google itch.io Sean JS, Sean Spalding itch.io, whatever, or just go to seanspalding.co.uk. There's a whole page, which I think has pretty much everything on it now. There might be a couple of things not there. It's the website that, once again, I haven't updated in months. Nah, it's a bit too much work for the scope of what I'm doing gold scale. Possibly, it's not something I do at my level, I guess. Then I mean that in like if I was doing grander, more complex stuff, perhaps something like that would be more necessary or useful, but it's not really something I've ever thought about. I'm not a good planner in general, so I'm probably not a great person to ask about like anything, I don't know. Or not a great example, rather, I don't know. I have my own process. Yeah, I don't know, Matt. I was thinking of it as like quite young children, but I don't know. I suppose there's a lot of grey area there. I need to look more into it. And be sure of what is going on. Wow, my download right now is pretty hot. Yeah, these are my games. Transponding OK, plus that games page, which is transponding.co.uk, click games. Another Perspective is a game I sell on Steam that you can buy. It's pretty good. Pokebug is the commercial game I'm working on very, 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 very slowly at the moment. But hopefully next year it'll see a lot more time. Here are some web games I've made. And a lot of these are basically game jam games. These kind of things here. And there's some really, really old things I made down there as well. Yeah, there's probably a few things missing from this, but it's mostly everything. Fairly exhaustive list. Oh, I thought I came back here and bought the bombs. Maybe I restarted. Let's just do that. It might not have worked. Oh, I don't think I set player has any items to actually be true. That should just be set to true the moment I do purge. Yeah, that's definitely not been done, has it? Set it to true every time. Redundant after the first, but it doesn't matter. Under 18, saying so 18 now. I guess you could argue it is made for children, then I don't know. I didn't say the stream was made for children. It's a tough one. Not sure. Made. The thing is, made for is like, you know, because they differentiate. You know, like I can set this to be for mature audiences, but then it's a separate setting to say it's made for children. You know. Yeah, mature audiences only, and it's made for children. What would that be? I guess you probably can't set both those things. But the fact that those are two distinct settings, like, it's to do with, it seemed to be to do with data that they gather, right? They can't do data gathering on content that's made for children. Or the same kind. And so they limit things like the chat and comments and stuff like that on videos that are made for kids. Whereas I think my kind of audience, people, I don't think it should be a problem for me. But I need to look more at it. Okay, cool. And then I can't swap to any other items. Let's go get some gold and buy another item. Now I can get bombs as well. That's that working as well. So it should be golden bombs that drop now, which is going to make gold farming a little slower actually. You get gold way quicker when it's the only thing that can drop. Consequences of every choice, my friend. Every choice you make. I moved out of the way, I forgot about that. And that's 25 for the bow, can't remember what I set the hook shot to. Oh, I think I found one. There we go. Oh, I set it to 20 anyway. Let's get that, because it's then it should be clearer that it skips over something. Did I do something to my health? Looked like it did. I feel like I saw something flash up there, but I don't know what it was. I'll get some more money and buy another thing, because I've weirded out for like player health went up or something. Bloody well shouldn't have. Let's finish off our items. Luckily buying the hookshot doesn't slow down gold because it doesn't have any ammo that you can get from drops. This is like kind of a bad idea, but I'll lose a little bit of health. It looks cool. Three, 24, 25. Alright, let's watch this. 25. No, maybe it was just one of my gold disappearing tricked me into thinking visually something went wrong with that. Okay, let's put those ends in. Give the player some money to work with. What the hell? I thought I'd just fixed that. Oh, okay, that definitely needs one. I know the settings for... Oh, interesting. Right, that's something I should do. Player equipped. How come those haven't turned yellow yet as well? God damn it, code editor, keep up. Keep up with what I'm doing. Probably gonna end the stream soon, by the way. It's getting close to 6 o'clock. I need to get some food down me. That was a weird little thing it did there. See, it like flickers. I wouldn't have thought it would have time to flicker. That's fine. Oh, hang on. I came in there and had the bow then. Shows us -1. What the why is what? Why is it's not restarting properly? That's why. Hang on, what's my restart do? Am I doing like a fake restart? No, I'm doing game restart, but that should clear out everything. It's just leaving some globals and things just intact, and I don't really know why. I noticed some things seem to get really screwy with game restart at the moment. Like my transition stopped working properly. Like this came in here like that, so all fine. And then if I hit it a little bit too fast like that, Transitions have just stopped working. Look, every time I restart the game, just there's nothing. And then yeah, it does that. I don't know. I don't know if there's multiple of the object now, like the persistent objects maybe aren't getting killed on game restart. Let's have a look actually. No. That's what seems to break it. There's no multiple objects. I don't know what the crack is. Yeah, it just remakes all these things from the ground up. Do not understand. I don't get it. I don't get why that might happen. Just when you restart it in the middle of a transition, the transitions break, and then they're a bit screwy for the rest of it. They start doing that. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, the final game would just not have a key press or have to instant game restart. But I'm curious as to what on earth this might be causing that. Because I might have made some weird mistake on my part that is a hole in other ways that needs fixing. So as long as you do that, it's okay. I don't get why that happens. Don't know why that happens at all. Like, there should not be time. Let's fix that, because that's an actual, that's not a problem with game restart or anything. That's something we can sort out. So we set up a couple of breakpoints. One in when the purchase happens, and one in the UI where it draws this, which is helpful because that'll stop it from triggering every thingy. So let's do that. Because it looks like a single frame is happening where it's not drawing the correct things. Okay. So the purchase happens first, but it has any items true. Item unlocked. Item 3 is now true. Ammo. That's equal amount, that's fine, that's going to be 0 anyway. Money minus that, it's fine. Equipped. When we step over that, it'll be set to 3. And destroy that object. While do an activate dialog, right, just play through to here. Let me look at it. It's not drawing it right. 3. Obviously that won't show up till the end of the frame, but... Oh, ammo. Oh, okay, right. This is probably what's causing the flicker. Where does show ammo get set? In the end step. It's interesting though, does that mean purchase is not happening until after? Also, who cares about doing... Why do I need to do it like that? Just check it in the moment. Boom. End step doesn't come after drawing though or anything, so... The only thing I can think is that somehow the script is running after the end step, so it doesn't get updated in time. Well, now it works. That's weird though, because the player does all that stuff here. Play state free. Gets down to activating a thing. Just follow it through. Activates the script, which is activate dialog. Comes down to here, new text box, makes the text box. Which does all that. Oh, okay. Makes the text box. When does that... Ah! This text responses happens during an end step. There's your issue. I don't know why that's an end step actually, but don't want to mess with it now. Well, hopefully that was a good demonstration of how you can use debug mode to work out where your problems are. You can just work out what's happening in what order. So that was clearly the issue. That was like, it was drawing a thing, but I was like, it didn't make any sense to me because I didn't think there was any time for that, because I figured everything would be done by the time you got to the draw step. But it turns out all that stuff is updated somewhere in the end step of an item, and the update to whether or not to draw that ammo thing or not happened also in the end step of the UI, which meant it was happening earlier, and therefore we were getting that little flicker. But now it's gone. That's good. So we can buy items now. Let's tick some things off my list here. Buyable items done. Lock, unlock, inventory items done. Those are the bigger things. Next up is pausing the game, the quest givers flag, save and quit, and save slot screen. Sounds off the top of my head like 2 to 3 more days of work if I'm streaming it anyway, the pace I'm going. So we'll do another stream tomorrow, hopefully get 1, maybe 2 more of these big things done. And then hopefully early next week we can finish the save stuff, and then we can finally be done and I can get started on the first tutorial video. That would be nice. I think I'm going to end the stream for today though. I think that's a good, decent place to finish. buy items now. Desktop edition, you're already on the creator version. Oh, I couldn't tell you the difference in a moment. They've changed it a whole bunch since I was last aware. I want to work out why Game Restart does that, and I can't work out how to work out why that happens. It's like I don't have any like data structures or anything that would be made screwy by that. I just really don't get it. Take one quick look before I finish. I just want to take one quick look at this just so I can see if there's a difference. I want to see if there's a difference between variables of O transition. Right, so pause, instances, O transition, 321 AE, href 90, mode 0, percent 0, target 0. Run the game. Pause. Percent 0.96, target 0. So why is that? So that should be ticking down, surely, should it not? Mode 0. Oh yeah, that should probably be 1 at the start or whatever. No, yeah, it's not even that at the start. Why not? If it's not off, do all those things. But when it's first created, it should be. It should be. But it's like, so it's reducing it to 0.96, implies it was on for like a frame. But the only way it should stop is if any of those things are true. Let's put this here. Setting itself up. Yeah, because that's all just being made in the first place. Oh, why does the music keep cutting out like that? It's really annoying. Stop lagging. You're not even live. I'm just going to turn it off because we're about done now anyway. Just going to put that there. Mode is 4. Step into. Mode is that, which is that. Yep, so we're going to do this. Percent's 1. Reduce it by a bit to 0.96, that's right. If percent is 1.05 or it's 0. Oh, it's not! What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? That makes no sense. and then it's going to switch to off because it thinks it's what it's meant to do. Is it the epsilon's fault? I wouldn't have thought so. That's mad. Oh yeah, I should set it lower quality, that's a good idea. Right, okay, it's something to do with that epsilon. Being lower and it's counting 0.96 as being 0.05, that's friggin' annoying. That was a fix I had to implement for something else. Some sort of collision thing. And I can't remember what now. Things counting as equal when they shouldn't be. I didn't think it was that close though, like the second decimal? I gotta remember what bug that even caused in the first place. It was something with collisions, but... like, I think you can now stand inside a wall or something. Might not matter though. All seems okay. That's weird though, because it only fucks it up. If I put that back on, that's just in the create step there. Oh! It's if I reset too many times, is it? Is that epsilon never getting reset? Is that it? Yes! Right, I understand. Because it's just taking whatever it is and multiplying it by 10. And then that's like, that is not getting restarted, and that's what's causing the issue. That will cause all kinds of other issues. Which is why it was, when I was starting to reset all the time, we were seeing like my item was staying the same, like other kinds of things. Just anything with decimal points in it is going to screw up, which is going to screw up everything. Is there anything that tells me what it is by default? We just run the game debug now. We'll do this and then we'll finish the stream. Oh, oops. Turn you off. Turn you off. Run. Pause. Variables. Globals. Do I have anything that shows me like... Sure there's something where you can get like... Oh, graphics. No, it's not going to be in there, is it? No. Sorry, not maths. Math. 0.001. Copy. I need to remember what that's there to fix. I can't quite remember. There we go. Good. I do want to work out why I need that, because if I can get rid of it, it would be good, because having to try and explain that for tutorials is not great. It was to do with how my collisions work, because what I've done with collisions in this is I've not relied. What I usually do is I usually do not allow things to move at non-integer speeds. Like what I usually would do, like say if something had a speed of 5.5, I would move it 5 and store the 0.5 until it got a big enough decimal to move a whole unit. That's how I've always done it. And it's annoying because it causes a few unintuitive gotchas you have to look out for, but it helped solve a few problems. But I want thank you very much, Kenneth Buzek, for the $5 for your super chat. Now I'm looking at this, I can actually see when these things happen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Because of that, because what I've done this time is simply allowed you to move however you want, even with like decimals. But that has then meant I've had to deal with like rounding and stuff for where I draw the player and that kind of thing. It's helpful because it lets me create really smooth movements and stuff all the time without worrying about how I'm like storing the integers. But I think it had some problems with things considering themselves to be equal to things that they're not. Like if you're at position 4.9998776, like, you know, where does it count for drawing you in the correct place and where does it count for considering a collision? And those two things were kind of different. So by setting the epsilon to lower, it made it so that they were consistent. And that's why it was. But I need to research that again and see if I still definitely need it or not, or whether I should change the system to be integer based or not before I do the initial tutorials. It's kind of important. What was the super chat as well? First time catching one of your streams. Thank you for the tutorials. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for the $5. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Okay. Well, it's fixed for now. It's a to-do for later. It's kind of a looming one as well, because hopefully it's not going to mean a lot of work before I can do this first video. I really want to get that out before Christmas. So much so it's tempting to skip the rest of the things I need to do now and just work on that. But I think, given I've come this far, I should probably at least get the saving stuff in and all, and the quest stuff, in case I do need to change anything that might be affected in the first couple of tutorials. I don't think any of this stuff should be. I don't think any of the stuff I've got left would be affected. Pausing, I should definitely do that. I should definitely do pause screen before I work on the first tutorial, because that might have an impact on just how I wrap like the player's stuff in, like not being able to do things, etc. No, you need to get a haircut. I can't get a haircut. It's too powerful. The hair's too strong. You try and cut it, the scissors will just break. It's taken on a whole life of its own now. It can't be stopped. I'm sorry. You know, if I had have cut it a few months ago, you know, however long ago now, then maybe we could have stopped it. But you know, now it's just too late. It's too late. We failed. Just watching you sort things out motivates me to continue my own projects. Glad to hear it, Manic. Thank you very much for $5. Very cool. I forgot that was even a thing on YouTube. Super chats and that. What's this button? There's a button with it. What's that do? It's like ticking down. Oh, right, I can click it just to show me what it was. Oh, that's nice. Just in case I missed it in the actual thing. That's handy. Yeah, decimal places are a nightmare for game development. That's why my solution to date, until this project, was like, let's try something new, was to just never move at integers and to just handle them later. Like, it'd be able to move at never move at decimals via real numbers. I would allow the speeds to do it, but I would like process it out so that you never actually ended up at a non-integer position, and you never ended up having to draw something at a non-integer position, so they would always just be consistent, and it was just the movement calculations that we need to worry about it. When can a project become too big for GMS? Are there limits to the amount of objects you can have, or sprites? Not talking about running the game or its performance, just having it all in the project. I know there's points, because I've talked to developers before about this, where you've got thousands of sprites and objects or whatever, and things became hard to use. I knew that was true in 1.x. I don't know what that's like in 2, but like, I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I'm sure Forager or something working with thousands upon thousands of scripts at the very least. God knows how many sprites and stuff are in that project. There are better people to ask about that kind of thing in terms of like where it starts to slow down or whatever, but I don't think I recall anyone like hitting like a hard limit on that kind of thing. It's just things can sort of become, I guess, unwieldy if your computer can't handle that much stuff in it, you know? I don't think you're likely to run into that as a problem, if you're structuring a game correctly anyway. There's all sorts of things you can do to make that better for yourself. Condensing sprites and so on. I've never run into that problem. Well, yeah, he wasn't talking so much about how the game runs, Super Gamers games. It was more about how, I presume, the performance of like the IDE. I've never run into those limits, but I'm also not the best person to ask about it. Anyway, that's going to be me for today. I need to go get some food. Can I make a tutorial about enlarging the tough topic? Wait, what? In order to make sprites look more smoothly while they're moving. Oh, right, as in like sub-pixels on that. Maybe, I don't know, depends on my Patreons and what they vote for. At the moment, just working on this. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you all for stooping by. We'll probably stream again tomorrow as I try and finish off more of this stuff, more action RPG. Hopefully these streams are enjoyable to watch, I don't know. Because obviously I know you guys haven't had a proper tutorial from me in a long time. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Soon, I promise. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow and probably next week. Bye bye.